Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Hannah Vaness.
And I'm Sophie Lyon. Here's what's coming up today on the programme.
Strike action taken against Salford University by teaching staff began yesterday, which is expected to last until the end of March.
Salford's Veteran Cafe has reopened for the third time after closing due to shortage of volunteers.
Plans to build a new 71-storey tower in Deansgate have been revealed. If approved, the lighthouse will be the tallest building in the UK outside of London.
The owners of a missing dog from Hyde are still appealing for information after it went missing 3 months ago after it was scared by a firework. First, we have breaking news. In the last few hours, the charges against Manchester United football player Mason Greenwood have been dropped. In a statement, Greater Manchester Police have said criminal proceedings against a 21-year-old man in connection with an investigation opening in January 2022 today have been discontinued by the CPS.
The University College Union are striking across some UK universities for several weeks.
Our reporters Cara and Jessica went down to the University of Salford to find out how the students feel about strike action.
University and college unions are on strike across the nation to improve working conditions and pay. The Salford community has shown support for these strikes, but what do students really think about this?
I've definitely seen people get affected by them a lot. Last term, I think a lot of my projects came under a lot of stress and a lot of additional frustration that perhaps could have been avoided had there not been strikes going on, not being able to access equipment to complete projects, for example. Obviously it's a very stressful time for students, and having that additional element of stress is sometimes not helpful.
Pro Vice-Chancellor Dr. Sam Grogan has assured that students will continue to be the university's main priority and that the school has no real control over the situation. Students have lost 23% in real terms since 2010 and support staff 27% over the same period. Amid a cost of living crisis, it seems unreasonable.
Yes, because the lecture that we were just in, we're not going to be able to have that lecture for another 3 weeks because next week is the strike, the week after is a reading week, and then the week after that there's something else going on. So we're going to miss out on 3 lectures because we're not actually able to go to them because of strikes and everything else going on.
So this has definitely impacted your daily schedule then?
Yeah, it definitely has, because obviously when you go to university and you pay to be in the classes, you don't want to go read or watch online lectures. You'd rather be there, learn it, see how you do, and then hopefully pass. If all these people who are college and university educated and they think this is the best course of action, then I'll be inclined to agree with them.
As it seems, Luke and many others agree that more effort should be put in place in order to support both teachers and students. Jessica Kande, Quays News.
So what do you think? You can get involved in the discussion on Twitter at Quays News using the hashtag #RightToStrike.
A local community cafe is reopening their doors and welcoming members of the public.
Salford's Veteran Community Centre aims to help veterans with their mental health and offer them support such as counselling. Our reporter Tom went to check out the work this vital community service provides.
More seats, bigger menu and new volunteers, the Salford Veterans Community Centre located in Eccles is back in business. The 40s themed centre, founded by RAF veteran Carl Blower, aims to provide a safe space for veterans to come together on a daily basis.
After a few hiccups over the last year, so yeah, fingers crossed, third time lucky hopefully.
Areas throughout the centre will provide people a chance to speak to someone on a one-to-one, something which can be so little but mean so much.
On a Saturday morning I found going to breakfast clubs which predominantly are for veterans, and they're held in various places around the country, and it was sad to see on a Saturday morning that this is the only time really that veterans of all ages, walks of life, that's the only time they get together.
The plan is for a second stage of development. Carl aims to turn the upstairs area into a community hub. This will offer counselling and massages as well.
Just having that one-to-one chat with someone was nice to see. And we all, you know, a lot of them do suffer with mental health and well-being and things like that. And for me, it was a bit of an uplift to see them react on a Saturday morning. And then the rest of the week, they'd be indoors, which is no good for your mental health. I wanted to create some sort of environment where they could come along on a daily basis and just talk to each other or come and talk to me. We're going to get some professionals on board, like therapists, counselling, and that's the whole thing. The whole key issue with this place is to work around mental health and well-being.
With 16,000 veterans living in Salford and the little access to support, centres like these are more important for maintaining the mental health of our veterans.
And there's a new giant in town, as this week plans for 5 skyscrapers to be built in Manchester were revealed.
Our reporter Poppy Smart is in Deansgate to tell us more.
This week, the property developer Renica have announced their plans to build a cluster of 5 new skyscrapers just behind Deansgate Towers on this area behind me, which is currently used as a surface car park. The buildings would bring 2,388 new homes to Manchester city centre, and if approved, one of the buildings is planned to be 71 stories, which would overtake Deansgate Towers to become the tallest building in Manchester and the tallest building in the UK outside of London. This skyscraper would be called the Lighthouse and would have a restaurant on the 71st floor.
The owners of a dog from Hyde that went missing 3 months ago are still appealing for information as they continue to search for their Cavapoo Frankie.
Frankie, who went missing in late October, was spooked by a rogue firework that was set off in a park. Our reporter Leonie went to meet the family of the missing dog.
3 months ago, Megan's life was changed by one firework here in Hyde Park, where her family dog was lost.
My mum and dad were on holiday, so me and my boyfriend were looking after Frankie. We took her to Garden Street playing fields, and we turned around, walking back, and a firework went off on the field, and she just pulled at her collar, so I've tried to and grab her. And then she's wriggled out of her collar, wriggled out of my arms and just bolted.
With fireworks being set off almost 365 nights a year, as a nation of animal lovers, is it time to change? It's not just Megan whose life's been affected by a simple firework display. Dogs Trust released a statement last year asking for a review on firework legislation due to animal welfare concerns. Even dog behavioural experts believe fireworks can be the cause of a dog's distress.
They can bolt, you know, out the front door. They can, like I say, they can climb fences. They can wriggle their way out of the equipment they're on if they're out on a walk. It might be you're literally just getting them in from the car and they suddenly manage to get out of your hands if a firework goes off. You know, if you haven't experienced that, it's really hard to understand. But when you have, it is devastating. It's so devastating, and it's trying to raise awareness that this potentially is what could happen. You know, if suddenly there's fireworks going off and your dog is scared or hasn't heard them before.
With searches continuing and posters going up, Megan's family refused to stop searching for Frankie.
Really a timid dog, but then when she was spooked, I've never seen her like that before. She was absolutely petrified and she just bolted, and even me running, shouting a name, she didn't respond to it. She just kept running, and I just can't understand what's happened to her since. She's only small, and now we've not seen her for 3 months because of a firework.
Yeah.
I mean, where is she?
With more sightings each day, they're hoping for Frankie's return in the future, but for now are cherishing their memories of her. Leonie Husselby, Quays News.
And finally, yesterday it was announced that Manchester's Parklife Music Festival will be returning to Heaton Park this June. Acts include Manchester artists such as the 1975, H and Carl Cox.
This much-loved local festival is returning for its 13th year. Hannah, will you be going?
I don't know, maybe. I'm not really sure how expensive it is, so I'll have a little look how much it is.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a look. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'm going to go either, to be honest with you. I've never been to a music festival, so I think I want my first one to be the best one that it could be.
Yeah, well, maybe give Parklife a go.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good. I do like the 1975.
Yeah, the lineup is good.
Yeah. And that's all we have time for today.
Thank you for joining us today on Quays News. Goodbye.